So now we're done with our assessment and plan on this patient, so we want to go ahead and look at our final note here. So we go over to history and physical, and we can look through here, and this note may be a little schizophrenic because we've been playing around with several diagnoses, but you can notice that everything that we've done has been documented. So we looked at family history, we added allergies, these are updated. Now for them to get into the note, if we don't change anything, we need to click on that we reviewed and note changes. So that's why that default is on the top of those selections for you. And then as we come down here, you can see the physical exam, and highlighted are those areas that we noted. And then our assessment plan, you notice it's broken out by the diagnosis. It automatically puts the ICD-9 code here for our billing as well as CPT, so that will help them tremendously in the future. So we've got all that. So what we want to do now is we want to give some information to the computer on how to bill for this. So when we go to E&M, you notice it has those diagnoses we've selected. So we want to go over and give it some more information. So the hepatitis B, we can say that this is an established patient, established problem, I should say, and stable or improved. The neck pain, we can say the neck pain is a new problem, no real additional workup. Diabetes, again, we can say this is an established, stable problem. And then hypertension, we can select on hypertension that this is also an established problem. Then we want to give it management options. If we've ordered medicines, you notice that these are already ticked, and you can also say it's a high-risk medicine. We also want to give the computer some information about the risk here, and this is something computers are not good at determining this, nor are coders, so that's why medically we need to give them some information. So here we've ordered some lab tests as well as radiology, so that's checked. We've decided to get old records, so those are checked, and these are something that if you need to, you can just uncheck or add those. So we come down, and then we have to define what the level of service is as far as where we're at. This is going to be defaulted to established outpatient, but if it's a consult or a new patient, you just simply drop down to change it. And then the exam part, this is where we have to give a little bit more information. Ideally, I'd love for this to pull directly out of the physical, but with this program, we have to kind of confirm what we did. So we're going to say that we did a general multi-system exam. If we had done counseling that was more than 50% of the time, that's where we would want to document the time spent with the patient here. So we want to click Calculate, and what you'll see is the computer has calculated that, and it's suggesting that this is the 99215, that the history is comprehensive, our exam is expanded, and our medical decision making is very high. So if you are lower than you thought, you want to see why that is. So you can click Summary. Now the summary will pull up and basically show you those details about each system here. So you can see, for example, on the history here, it's found these factors that are in there. So this is a way you can look at and kind of help you with your coding. And these are things, if you see something that you forgot to document, you can go back and document that, and that may help you with that higher level of coding. So we're going to say OK on this, so the E&M's kind of helped us with. So we want to go ahead and sign off on this chart. And when we click on sign off, what's going to happen is going to pop up here. First, it's going to ask us for our sign off, and then we can include our signature. That's those signatures you gave Sarah a couple weeks back. And then this is going to default down to an office visit. Billing provider will be defaulted for you, so your name will appear here. And then you notice the billing level has been pulled. Now, if you look here, you can change this. Otherwise, if you feel that you've done more and can prove that, then you can adjust that coding. Also, billing modifiers. Otherwise, if you did, for example, a separate service during that, you may want to add a 25 into that. Right now, billing details, we've got this set to where it's not going to be billed electronically. This is something that we're going to be using our encounter forms for the first couple months until everybody gets used to the program. Then we will turn this on to where we can electronically bill. But we still want everybody to go through this process so we can kind of track trends and so forth. Down below here, you'll see the diagnosis and then those codes as far as what we've done. Now, once we have the system set up, what you'll see is procedures or blood work that we do here will actually be a green $sign. So you'll see that green. For outside things, say for example, the metabolic had to go out. You'll see that's grayed out. Otherwise, that tells the system that we didn't do it, somebody else will bill for it. Then down at the bottom here, you'll notice print packs. And what print packs are, these are customizable things that we can have print out for you and your patient. For example, if you were doing a consultation, you might come down and select consult print pack. And with that, what is going to print out is the encounter H&P note and then the letter to the specialist, or from the specialist to the correction, that is actually from the primary care to the specialist. So we could set that up for everybody as far as how you want to do that. We can print out the prescriptions at that time as well as patient education information. So that's very customizable. So once you're done with this, then you're going to sign off. And in this case, I'm not going to sign off, so I'm just going to cancel out. So that's roughly how we do the billing part. As I said, the A&P and the billing part are probably the more complicated parts of this system and something that just takes a while to get used to. So don't expect that you're going to be able to do all this from day one, but just be familiar with it and we'll kind of help everybody through.